It's been a little while since I've done a live chat, so yeah, I thought it was due. I've been missing talking to you guys, and yeah, the snowboard season is not that far away. At the moment, I'm in New Zealand, which is a pretty great place to be at the moment for snowboarding. It's basically the middle of their winter, so there's like four, four, five, six resorts open within an hour drive of where I'm at, and some of the best snowboarding in the world at the moment is right here in New Zealand. So stoked to be on here with you guys. We got some people coming into the chat. We got Jace in the chat. What's up, man? Thanks for hopping in. We got Bad Riders in the chat, and we also have Day Job Shredder. Says, "Yo, Kevin, long time no see." Yeah, I know it's been a while, guys. Thank you guys for all hopping in. Jay says, "Can't hear me that good." All right, let me. How does this sound? Maybe you guys can let me know. I'm using just the headphones. How's everyone? Yeah, how's everyone doing out there? How does the audio sound? Maybe give me like a Day Job Shutter says, I hear you fine. Okay. But yeah, thank you guys for hopping in here. We got Ty Winter Sports in the chat. Yo, I'll be landing the 24th. Will you still be around? I will, man. Yeah, we should connect. I saw your message. I've been meaning to get back to you, but yeah, let's connect up. And dude, you're coming all the way to New Zealand. That's awesome. I think I remember you came here like was it last year that you came here in Napa? But yeah, let's link up. Yeah, awesome, man. I'll give you some details and find out what your plans are. Yeah, what resorts are you planning to ride, Napa? Yeah, been a while. It's been a while, guys. I don't know. I don't know why I take so long sometimes to get back into these chats. And as soon as we get back into it, I'm like, oh, I regret taking so much time off. But yeah, I am here. So I'm here for the month. So if you guys have any video requests, if you're going to be riding around here, maybe I'll see you out here. But yeah, I'm here in New Zealand for a month. Jacob says, "You going to collab with David Jones while you're in New Zealand?" Possibly. I haven't seen David out here in a while. It's been I think it's like 4 or 5 years since I saw David in New Zealand. I did see him in the U.S. for a moment, but yeah, I'll have to reach out to David to see if he wants to come down. Bad Rider says the conditions in Australia have been insane. That's awesome, man. Uh, it's so funny because I think you were telling me that last season was pretty brutal, and so I've come out to New Zealand. Yeah, the conditions here are not great. I think yeah, I rode at Coronet Peak, and it was bare bones. It was just barely any man-made snow, but there's some snow on the way. It's hard to plan these southern hemisphere trips and plan the weather. But hopefully it turns around here in New Zealand. I'm stoked that you guys are getting lots of snow in Australia, Adam. That's awesome, man. Jacob saying, okay, audio is fine. Bad Riders, audio is A1. Oh no. I'm saying it's the best snow in 10 years in Australia. Wow. Okay, that's awesome. I'm stoked for you. That's so good to hear. Do you have any trips planned, Adam? And yeah, what's been your best day? Have you hit some good pow days? And what board were you riding for those pow days? Day Drop Shredder says, doing good. Been on the Kawasaki most of the summer. Just had my first session back in the indoor snowboard park this week. Oh wow, Day Job Shredder. So were you riding indoor in was it the American Dream in New Jersey there? Whereabouts were you riding in the indoor slope? Also the Kawasaki, is that a motorcycle? All right, Jace, we'll catch you later, man. Thanks for hopping in. Bad Rider says, Kev, did you get my Insta message? I don't know. Yeah, did you send one recently? I don't think if I didn't reply or if it was some. Yeah, what's your message, Adam? Are you coming to New Zealand? Maybe give me a thumbs up if you're planning to come out. Kashmiri Adventurer says, "Will you have any plans for Gulmarg in the future?" No plans at the moment, but I definitely want to get back because it's so amazing there. I'm definitely missing it. It is like a long way to go, but I do miss. Yeah, that India trip was amazing. Just riding with you guys was so much fun, and yeah, I need to get back to Gulmarg. It's I feel like maybe the like kind of the issues with some of the there might be a travel ban to go there just because of what's been going on. But yeah, if the if things are calm in terms of there's no war stuff going on or military stuff, if everything kind of dies down and it calms down, then there's the possibility of going back. But I think that yeah, maybe some of that turmoil is kind of keeping people like me, kind of tourists, from visiting. But we'll see how it goes this winter. If things are chill, then I might be able to come back. Jacob says, watching you and David in 2018-19 was surreal. You guys really inspired me to travel to snowboard. Awesome, Jacob. Well, we'll have to do some more collabs with David. Yeah, so much fun riding with David. This is like one of the reasons I first came out here was watching David Jones's videos back in, I think it was like 2015 or 2016, watching David start out his channel. And he was riding in Cardrona and making just like a ton of snowboard videos. And yeah, that was like inspirational to me and kind of got me to do my first trip out to New Zealand. So that was really cool. And yeah, now Dave is making all kinds of crazy videos. Like he's not just limited to the snowboard content. He's like doing all kinds of stuff from like the cardboard Lamborghini to, yeah, Red Bull videos with like Red Bull athletes. So all kinds of stuff. It's awesome to see. Day Job Shredder, you going to be hitting anywhere in Colorado this year? I'm planning on doing more free riding this year. No Colorado plans yet, but would be stoked to collab with Jonathan Buckhouse. I've been like, I did talk to him about possibly coming here to New Zealand or maybe doing an Argentina trip together. So that is still a possibility. I'd love to ride with Jonathan, but if not, maybe can come down to visit him in Colorado and collab with him down there. Bad riders. Most of our resorts have over a meter base. What? Okay, so Adam, maybe you don't want to come here. I think the base here is like it's like 15 centimeters. It's a very minuscule base, but yeah, it's been very icy. But yeah, man, there's some snow in the way. But oh man, I'm jealous of that meter base. Wow, that is awesome, Adam. Ice Coast. What's the perfect amount of bananas for a smoothie? I think for like a single serving, like a smoothie for one person, ideal amount is four. Four is a good amount. It's going to be hard to drink more than 4 bananas, so I think that's the ideal. Day Job Shredder says, Infinite Slopes at Loveland, Colorado. Kawasaki Ninja 400 motorcycle. Okay, very cool. And yeah, I still haven't ridden in Loveland yet, so we'll have to make it out there at some point. I know they always do that first resort to open kind of deal, so maybe we'll have to get out to Loveland for that. Bad Riders, only board I've been riding this year is my Mercury. Demoed the new Mega Merc, but Capita have made a massive mistake noodling the Merc range. Okay, interesting. Okay. What does noodling the Merc range, what does that exactly mean? I think I know what you're getting at, but yeah, what don't you like about the Mega Merc? Day Job Shredder, I started preseason training last year at Infinite Slopes, and this year I'm continuing to hit some goals. Awesome. What is Infinite Slopes? Is that a place in Denver? What is that? Jake, what are your favorite all-mountain directional boards for intermediate riders that want to find side hits, trees, and be able to use IMPOW, in your opinion? Jake, that's a good question. Intermediate board, I would say there's a few out there. I would say one would be the Jones Mind Expander. It's a pretty forgiving, easy board to ride, so good for intermediate. Not that aggressive, floats really well. And you can definitely ride it just anywhere on the mountain. Also, I would recommend I think another good one that's good for everything is the Orca. So the Orca, you can, floats really well in powder, but would be fun for like side hits. Yeah, so try those couple out. If you want something that's more leaning towards freestyle and maybe floats a little less good, maybe something like the GNU Rider's Choice. Ice Coast says, Justin Larson, what's up, Justin? Thanks for saying hello. Ice Coast, noodling is catching catfish with your hands. Awesome. All right, let's see what Bad Riders says noodling is. Noodling means make it softer. Oh, yeah, I see, like a noodle. I didn't charge as hard as my Merc and found it more prone to chatter and less responsive underfoot. Kind of whack on steeper terrain. Oh, wow. Interesting, Adam. Well, I got to get onto some of these boards to like feel them out as well. J Mess says, thanks, man. Awesome. So we got 14 people in the chat, 7 likes. Thank you guys all for hopping in. We'll be on here for about an hour to answer any of your questions. If you guys haven't yet, anyone tuning in, make sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to get notified every time I go live. And if you want to support the channel, there's a couple ways to do it. Just commenting and subscribing is an awesome way to support. You can also pick up some SBC merch. So I've got the link to the beanies below in the description. These beanies are, actually I haven't worn this like red one in a while, but I've still got at least, I think there's 100 of these red beanies. So if you want to pick up one of those, link in the description. And also if you want to do a super chats are an awesome way to support the channel too. And to be guaranteed to get your question answered. Also support the sponsors, Clue and also Outdoor Master. And if you see, there's no bindings on this board because Clue have the brand new binding coming out this fall, and they're like top secret. So they haven't been released. There's nothing out on them yet. But yeah, stay tuned for those. Dayjob Shredder says Infinite Slopes is a local indoor ski and snowboard facility. They give lessons on indoor carpets, and they have a park area that includes a trampoline, balance boards, and ramps onto some rails and jibs. Oh, very cool. That sounds awesome. Yeah, where is that? Is it in Colorado or Dayjob Shredder? Where are you based out of again? Is it Vegas or Colorado? Where are you, man? Jigmat says hi. What's up, Jigmat? Thanks for hopping in. Bad Riders has signed up for the membership. Thank you, man. Yeah, it lapsed. I've also been neglecting the members, but thank you for the support, Adam. Yeah, I appreciate it. Ice Coast, asking when are the new clues coming? So they are coming. This, I think, September. So watch out for the big Clue announcement. Completely redesigned binding. Every piece of the new Clues is new. Really excited to start sharing that with you guys. We got Z Trails on here. What's up, Z Trails? Thanks for hopping in. But yeah, let me know, guys, what you guys are up to, what your snowboard plans are for this season, or if you're in the southern hemisphere, if you are snowboarding and where you ride. It would be great to hear from you guys. Yeah, even if you're not snowboarding at the moment, where you live, what's your hometown, maybe like what's your local resort or what resort you visit the most. Another kind of little announcement that I wanted to share with you guys too is that I think I'm going to be making Whistler my home this season. So stay tuned for that. I'm just trying to lock down a place to live at the moment in Whistler. So yeah, I might be back to Whistler this season. So excited. Took a good break from Whistler. There was a lot of the last season I was there, it got a little bit busy. I don't know if it was just busy because of COVID or if it just was blowing up to something next level. But the last season I was in Whistler was pretty phenomenal. The snow was amazing. And the last day, I think the very last day I rode in Whistler was actually, I did a heli trip. And then the mountain closed because of COVID. So that was my last day. So had an amazing last season in Whistler, tons of powder, ended it with a heli trip. And I think I've been back once since then. So like, I think that was like 4 years ago. So I think this year is going to be back to Whistler. Hopefully get to link up with some of the old crew out there. I know Andreas, he's back at Comor. So hopefully get to ride with Andreas. Chris, if he's still around, would love to ride with Chris. And yeah, just find some of the old Whistler crew. So yes, still trying to lock the place down. That's the hardest part with Whistler is finding a place to live. But hopefully we'll be back there and yeah, bringing you some Whistler content. So stay tuned. All right, missed a few questions. Let's try to get all of them here. Curtis, is there an easy way to modify my Union Force medium bindings to fit my clunky 32 lash boots in 10.5? I can get them to fit, but ankle strap is hard AF to click in, maybe 2 or 3 on the ladder. Oh no, yeah, I mean 10.5 is pretty big for mediums because I think, yeah, the medium binding, the cutoff is like 10 is pushing it. So 10.5 is maybe just a little bit too big, but I think the best you can do is, yeah, just have those like straps on the bigger end, and then try to make that work. Or you can sell the mediums and pick up a large binding, because yeah, 10.5 is definitely you're in the large territory. Bad Riders Kev, I was wondering if I send you some riding clips of my friend who I've been helping, you could make a video to help her advance to some more advanced terrain. For sure, Adam. Yeah, send that through. Shoot me an email. I think you probably have an email of mine. It's probably kevin@snowboardprocamp.com, and then I can give you some feedback. And Day Job Shredder with a $5 super chat. Awesome. Thank you, man. I'm going to heart that video, that super chat. And he says, I'm in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Infinite Slopes is located in Loveland, Colorado. Okay, wow. How far is that? How far is Cheyenne from Loveland? I guess it's not so far, like 2 or 3 hours away, I'm guessing. But very cool. Yeah, I've been through Cheyenne a couple times. Really kind of awesome Western town. It's got a real like cowboy feel to it. I think I remember you telling me this a year or two ago that you're moving to Cheyenne. So very cool. How do you like living there? I guess you got lots of options for snowboarding from Cheyenne. You can drive up to Jackson or Colorado or even Utah from there. So yeah, what do you think of living there? CJ says, Michigan. It sucks because I want to snowboard all year round and go pro. Yeah, I mean, Michigan is tough, but you guys got some hills out there. And I mean, if you want to continue, like extend your season, you can always go out to Mount Hood for the spring and summer months, and maybe do some overseas trips in August, September, down to some of the southern hemisphere destinations. But yeah, CJ, how old are you? Are you old enough to move out west, or yeah, what's your deal? Curtis, I have the 2019 Union Force team with the paddle ankle strap. Okay, nice, man. Ice Coast says, ever going to come out east? I did a couple. I did do a couple of days on the East Coast last season. So I was in Vermont, and I went to Killington for a day, which was Killington for a day or maybe 2 days, which was really fun to check out. And then also went to Sugarbush, which I was like really impressed with Sugarbush and how like big it was and the terrain and the trees. The trees were really cool. I mean, you couldn't really ride in the trees, but they looked amazing. I think that's my one beef with the East Coast is like a lot of the like you can't really go into the trees or you can't go off of the groomed slopes. At least not at the resorts I've been to. I'm sure there's like more. But yeah, I was like really impressed with Sugarbush especially. Just how big it was and all the fun terrain to ride. Bad Rider says Kev's back in Whistler. Yeah, hoping to be back. I've actually my connection to maybe have a place has been like messaging while I'm in this chat. So after the chat, I'll hopefully get some more information about what's going on. But yeah, I just need to lock down a place to stay first, and then yeah, excited to get back out to Whistler. It should be cool. Timo says, how far from Queenstown into the mountains? So from Queenstown, there's like, so you got the Remarkables and Coronet Peak, which are each maybe just like 20 minutes away from like the heart of Queenstown. It's like very close. I mean, there's a bit of driving like up to the mountain, but from, yeah, downtown Queenstown, it's just like 20 minutes, half an hour at the most. And then you also have a few other options. So you can drive it further to Cardrona, which is maybe 45 minutes from downtown Queenstown. There might be one more that I'm forgetting. I'm sure there is. Treble Cone is the one that is like near Wanaka, so that's like a further drive. But I did do one day at Treble Cone last time I was here, I think 2 years ago, and that was really incredible. Not great snow, but the views at Treble Cone were some of the best I've ever seen. So yeah, you do have a few options. And then I think Mount Hutt is like a 3-hour drive from here, which I haven't been to yet. Jigmat says, come to India. Yeah, we need to get back out there, up to Jammu and Kashmir, to Gulmarg. What an amazing place. Yeah, definitely in my top 3 mountains. If I could just like transport myself to like any spot in the world, Gulmarg is in the top 3. Like, let me think. It'd be probably Gulmarg, then maybe like Niseko. Where else? Where it's like a top 3 like place to be. I'll just leave it those 2 at the moment. But there's like it's up there. It's so incredible. Yeah, love Gulmarg. Yeah, Adam is saying, yeah, Queenstown is close to Remarkables, but you can still drive to Cardrona and Coronet Peak. Yeah, for sure. Z-Trails, is it possible to tune magnet traction edges with a normal tool? That's a really good question. I think it is. Yeah, I think you can still tune it. I haven't had them. Well, this board has magnet traction, but I have not tuned it. But I'm sure that you can. I'm sure that because it's not like that. The magnet traction is not that like severe, not that like pointy. So yeah, I think as long as your tool is the right size, it should be able to sharpen no problem. Scott says, big fan of the content, bro. I lived in Sydney, Australia, and head to Threadbow every couple of weeks. Your vids have helped me a lot as I'm a 36-year-old and a year into it. Cheers, heading back to Japan in February. Awesome. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Japan is such a good spot. I mean, from Australia, you guys are on the same kind of like it's the same time zone about, isn't it, to get to Japan? So that's really nice. And then you've got yeah those great mountains down south too. So stoked to hear that you're getting out there, Scott. Day job shredders. It's a 1 hour drive, easy drive with great views. Oh, nice. Bad Rider says, "Sweet, I'll get it to you. She loves your beginner playlists. If you have seen a spike in viewing on it, it's probably her. She watched it in the car on the way up to Buller last week." Oh, awesome, Adam. Yeah, thanks for showing her the playlist. Yeah, appreciate that. And I'm really glad that it's helping her through all the beginner stuff, and hopefully she yeah just keeps progressing through intermediate as well. Day Job Shredder says, Cheyenne is beautiful, easy to go snowboard in pretty much every direction. Oh yeah, a good hub, for snowboard trips. Curtis wants to know, what about a 10.5 on bent metal or nitro bindings? Sizing chart on a bent metal is 11 boots. Nitro says fit 10.5. I mean, yeah, to be honest, it's just kind of hard exactly to know because yeah, like you're saying too, like different boots have like kind of a different, even are a little bit different in terms of size too. So you could be your boot, your medium or your 10.5 boot might be slightly bigger than other boots at that same size. So it's a little bit of a gamble. If you have 10.5, I would just go for the large because my boots are 9.5. And I even feel like at 9.5, I'm at like the big end of medium. So I would 100% Curtis, just go for large. And yeah, because trying to squeeze into the medium is just going to be a gamble. It might work because yeah, if you're saying bent metal medium goes to 11, then it might work. But you might also just be in the same position you're in now. Trap House says, hey brother, I have a question. Why does everyone talk so bad on Clue? I think people are just like just jump on the like hater bandwagon. I'm not sure, like they are like the best bindings. They're super good. And you don't even have to take my word for it. You can just like, yeah, talk to other people, see what other people think. I think it's such a good hybrid system because you get the straps, but you also have the step in. So you get the best of both worlds. And yeah, I think like 99% of the hate is just from people that have never tried them. So like if somebody's like trying them, like makes a video and they're using them and they're like, oh, this sucks, then yeah, that's their opinion. But yeah, I think most of it, 99% of the hate is just people jumping on the bandwagon. Luwad CM20 says Mount Hood is insane. $1,400 for a freaking summer pass, and you can't even get a season pass to the real park area there. Just $130 day tickets. Yeah, that is one of the problems with Mount Hood is that it is expensive. But to be fair, it's like summer snowboarding, so I think like the operation cost of like keeping it open through the summer and like having all that is, I mean, it must be expensive. But I do agree with you that I wish they had like a summer pass that also included the camp parks, the FTC parks, because just doing it $130 a day is definitely a pain. And then paying $1,400 for the summer pass is annoying when you have that summer pass, but then you can't ride the certain freestyle parks up there, and you're like kind of limited to the public park. So it's kind of like a frustrating thing, but yeah, hopefully they kind of can sort that out in the future and just have like maybe one pass for everything, or like, yeah, do like multiple levels of pass. Maybe you could have a cheaper pass for just public, like cheaper season pass, and then a more expensive pass to get access to the freestyle terrain center. So yeah, hopefully they sort that out because it would be nice to be able to buy access to everything on a summer pass. Or maybe you could buy like a full like year-round pass for winter, spring, and summer. That'd be pretty cool. Brandon says winter green is sweet. Awesome. What is winter green? Is that your home mountain? Ice Coast, come to Whiteface in New York. 3K vert with above tree line. Oh, wow. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I need to check out Whiteface. There's definitely some spots in like, yeah, Vermont, New York, New Hampshire that I'm really hoping to get out to. I think like underrated places for sure. Bad Rider says, we need to get Kev over here. His dislike of the Victorian resorts is starting to feel personal. Adam, let's, maybe we could plan a trip. Maybe, maybe at some point I need to cut my New Zealand trip short and hop over to Australia. I'll fly into Melbourne and we can, yeah, we can drive up to the resort. But yeah, let's keep in touch, man. Turtle Gang Zach says, howdy partner. Just want to say you helped me a lot when I was first learning. I'm a new dad and can't wait to teach my kiddo to ride. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, very cool. That's yeah, congrats on being a new dad. And yeah, once they're old enough to get on a board, that would be a ton of fun to teach your kid how to snowboard. So yeah, congrats, and I appreciate you checking out the videos too. Mad says, got to go to Mont Tremblant for glades/tree runs on the East Coast. Very cool. Okay, I did go there once when I was like a young kid, like 11, 12, maybe I was like 12 or 13 years old. And I do remember Tremblant was pretty cool. And I think, yeah, I do remember, I don't think I rode the trees really there, but I think I can remember some trees. Bad Riders is also saying Chile. What are you saying, Adam? The Chile trip? I might be going to Chile or Argentina after this. So, yeah, if you want to join, let me know. Maybe we can team up on a South America trip. Day Job Shredder says, ever been to Red Mountain in Alberta? I'm possibly planning a trip up there. I have. Yeah, I did one day at Red Mountain. It was pretty cool. Lots of like big open groom slopes, some really fun trees, and yeah, my impression from the time I was there is that it never gets very busy either. So almost like no lines. I don't think there's much alpine riding, or maybe it's like their alpine riding is pretty limited. And then they did have like a small park, but in terms of just like, yeah, lots of terrain to ride, trees, yeah, wide open runs. It's got all of that. Oh, Jigmat saying, not Gulmarg. Oh, come to India. Okay, just like an India trip in general. Yeah, I would love to like explore India some more too. I did go to, where did I go? I can't even remember where I went now. So I went to the Delhi airport, New Delhi airport. So I haven't really been there. And then we went to the other major city. What was that called? I can't remember at the moment. My friends from India are gonna like kill me. But yeah, I definitely need to spend more time in India. Lots of stuff to explore. Plymouth says hello. Hey, what's up? Thanks for hopping in. We got 24 people watching, 14 likes, and one $5 super chat. Quick reminder, if you haven't yet, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And if you want to get notified every time I go live, just hit the bell. That'll give you the notification. But yeah, appreciate everyone hopping in. A quick reminder too, if you want to support the channel, a few ways you can do it, just by leaving comments or by interacting with the videos. I've also got merch, so there's SPC beanies linked below in the description. I've got about 100 of these guys left if you want to pick one up. You can also support the channel by supporting the sponsors. So we got Outdoor Master Goggles and also Clue Bindings. And as you can see, the Clue Bindings aren't on the board yet because they've got some brand new bindings coming out this September. So stay tuned for that brand new binding launching. But yeah, if you wish to support the channel, or you can do a super chat right here in the comments. A good way to support the channel and get your comment answered. Z-Trail says, would be sick if you could collab with Zeb. Yeah, Zeb has been killing it. Yeah, he's been doing tons of YouTube stuff. Yeah, one of the best, most fun snowboarders to watch. So I would be, yeah, I'd be stoked to collab with Zeb. That'd be super cool. Jigmat says, we are trying to build a snowboard community in our place. Awesome. Yeah, I'm sure that, India, there's so many people there. There's like, what, 1.5 billion? So even if you just get a small amount of people in India interested in snowboarding, I'm sure you could have a huge community. So that's really cool to hear. Yeah, hopefully snowboarding can keep growing in India. We'll have to come and make more snowboard videos there. Maybe that'll inspire more people to get out. Bad Riders, man, you helped her link her first turns, but she is struggling with making it smooth. I've given her some tips, but I took her down a blue, kind of red run, and after some screams, she did it without issues. Awesome, Adam. Yeah, I mean, in that transition, it's kind of hard. Then it kind of becomes about mileage. But like, yeah, one piece of advice I always give is like to kind of take your time with the turns. So try not to rush it. That can help to smooth it out when you kind of do them slower and bigger and not try to rush the turns. Also kind of like starting to plan the turns more. So just like looking down the hill and then starting to try to plan where you're making the turns, that can help to smooth them out. And what else can smooth out turns? Yeah, also thinking about trying to make the turns the same size. So every time she gets onto her heels or toes, trying to like spend the same amount of time on that edge, slowing down so that, yeah, her turns are becoming the same size and she's slowing herself down the same amount on heels as toes. That can be something too that helps to smooth it all out. But that's a good video topic. Maybe I should make that video too. But I can, yeah, I'll send you a video if you send me some of her clips and with some tips on how to smooth it out. We got Aaron M on here. What's up, Aaron? Thanks for hopping in, man. It's been a while. Bad Rider. She even now travels off the run, but just wants to be more comfortable on the point where the board goes flat before shifting to the opposite edge. All right, good stuff, man. Bad Riders, new union step-ons seem to be on point. No, Adam, you got to convert to clues, man. Get on the clue train. Come on. Brian Vera, hey bro, I want to let you know that I started snowboarding 2 years ago because I followed your videos. I love your videos. Thank you. Awesome, Brian. Thanks for checking out the videos and appreciate you saying that. And yeah, keep it up. That's awesome to hear. Really appreciate you letting me know. And yeah, just keep it up, man. Aaron says, I'm having a daughter soon and can't wait to teach her how to snowboard with your tips, of course. Awesome, Aaron. Yeah, congrats on the daughter on the way. And yeah, hopefully she enjoys it. That's awesome. Bad Rider says, oh, our season passes have shot up in price too. Epic Pass now over $1,000 for an early bird access. Dang, okay, yeah, $1,000 is, I mean, that's pretty cheap. 1,000 Australian dollars? Peter, I need to adjust one of my bindings to have a narrower stance. Do you suggest moving the front or the back binding back? So whenever you're adjusting your stance, you always want to have like the nose of the board be a little bit longer than the tail. So I suggest if you're going to narrow your stance, move your front foot back a little bit. And so, yeah, you have a little bit more nose. Day job shredder. After looking at both Epic and Icon, I still can't believe Icon is more worth it to me. Yeah, I think in like different parts of the country, like Icon, I think overall definitely has better resorts because, yeah, with you for Icon, I mean, you have all the places in Utah, you have all those spots in Colorado, and also what Jackson is on Icon too. So, yeah, for you, yeah, Icon is definitely the way to go. I think this year I'll probably get both, or I'll just get Epic because obviously for me, Epic in Whistler is what I need. But yeah, I think Icon does have the edge in terms of places to ride. Mup says, "Bro, are you in Australia? What the f? How is it day?" So I'm in New Zealand, which is, I mean, the closest place to New Zealand is basically Australia, even though it's still really far away. But yeah, I am in. I'm in New Zealand time at the moment, so it's 4 p.m. Gonna have this sun out for at least another like 3 hours, I think. Bad Rider says, "Hey Kev, what colors are you rocking in the upcoming season? I've come to detest the super bright colors. In the whiteout days, I've ridden people wearing in all white have become my annoyance." Well, Adam, right now I have the like kind of beige, the beige pants. I kind of have like beige cream colored pants, and my jacket is white, blue, and yellow. So I'm not all white, but I do have some white on the jacket. But I think it's equal between white, blue, and yellow. Yeah, I think you need. Yeah, I guess yeah. For cloudy days, you definitely don't want to have. I can see how you could get annoyed by super bright colors, but I think a little bit, if it's done right and there's just a little bit of bright colors to your outfit, I think that's okay. But it can go over the top for sure. Bad Rider says, "Bro, I got you if you do. Falls is calling. Buller is balling." Dang. Okay. Have you tried phase bindings yet? They look sick. They look slick, and you can keep your same binding brand and model. Basically, you mean boot brand and model? I have not. I mean, what brand makes those? Oh, thanks, Adam, for the shout out. He says, so join as a member. Kev does reviews of your riding and gives you some coaching, a member only chat, and you can join a supportive community. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, so another way to support is by becoming a member. And then, yeah, like Adam sent me a bunch of videos of his riding that I've given him some feedback on. And yeah, it's a cool way to support the channel if you guys get the chance. Kunal Chawla says, "Where do you suggest going in March for snowboarding? Austria or Switzerland?" I mean, Austria and Switzerland are very similar. I would say that I don't really have a preference between the two, to be honest. I would just go, yeah, either one is good, to be honest. I don't really have a preference. So if those are your two choices for March, I would say, yeah, you can't go wrong. Both are great. Bad Rider says, "What camera gear are you filming with this year, Kev?" So right now I've got the Insta-X5, which I'm going to use sometimes, but hopefully not very often because it is a lot of editing with the Insta cameras. I also have the GoPro 12, but I may upgrade to the GoPro 14 when it comes out. So that is kind of up in the air at the moment. And then I also just picked up the Fujifilm X106. But I kind of picked up that mostly for photos, but I think it's also going to be a pretty cool camera in certain like filming, for filming certain things. So yeah, those are my three cameras right now: the Insta360 X5, GoPro 12, which I'll maybe upgrade to the 14, and the Fujifilm X106. And my phone is the iPhone 12 Pro Max, which I've had now for, I feel like I've had this phone for like 5 years, 4 or 5 years. Jigmat says, most welcome, bro. If you ever come to India, please visit Ladakh. Okay, thanks, man. Yeah, hopefully one day we'll visit. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Bad Riders, man, if you do come to Australia, she will be tagging along on our trip. Could make for a good vid. Awesome. Yeah, that would be super fun. Get some, just some fun teaching videos. That'd be great. Kanal says, I also want to let you know that I learned from you back in 2016 from watching all your videos, so it's all because of you. Awesome, Kanal. Yeah, stoked the videos helped, and that, yeah, you've been riding since 2016. That's awesome. Yeah, appreciate you saying that, and I hope, glad the videos helped, and I hope you're, yeah, continuing to progress. Caleb Moose says, what should I use for filming? I mean, it kind of depends. If you are somewhat decent with like technology, then the Insta cameras are nice in terms of like, you just have the pole and then you can ride and kind of film yourself. And then the pole gets erased by the Insta360 camera. So it's kind of nice for just like riding for yourself and getting that, but it is a little bit of extra editing. If you ride with friends, the GoPro is probably the easiest way to do it, just because you can just get one of your friends to film you, and I think the quality is much better. And then if you're super casual, I find that even like the camera on your phone now does really good video. So you could just do it that style as well. Just break out the phone and get a friend to film you. Justin says, they don't have Clue. How good are they? So the Clues are awesome, and they have a brand new model coming out this fall. So yeah, stay tuned for that this September, brand new Clue model. I don't have them on my board yet because they're like top secret, but yeah, stay tuned for that. They're awesome hybrid binding. You get the straps and the step-in function. You can use them with your regular boots. So they're great. So yes, more to come this fall. Bad Riders says, I do need some strap bindings for the Japao setup. Clues might be the way, but I need some stiff bindings. Yeah, the Clues are like, they're not soft. They're definitely like a medium or a little bit above medium stiffness. I would say they're like a 6 out of 10. So for me, they're just like that good, like kind of do everything flex to them. But Adam, yeah, you like some wild stuff. So I don't know. Yeah, what binding do you have now? They're not as stiff as like say the like some stiff union bindings, but they are like, they don't feel like soft. They're that good like in between. Maybe if I see you, you can try them out. Try the Clues out. So Adam was saying that the Epic Pass was $7.99 in Australian dollar dues. Okay, 2 years ago. So now, yeah, it's gone up for a few hundred Australian dollar dues. Aaron says, still need to get my Icon Pass. Been lagging on it. Yeah, I'm the same way. I always lag, and I never get the early bird deal, even though every year I get one. But yeah, it is good to get the early bird if you can. But yeah, it's a good deal if you're going to use it enough times. And Adam is 2 hours behind in Melbourne. So yeah, it's quite a bit of ways from here, but 2 hours isn't crazy. What's Kevin's stance on turtle butt pads? Those turtle pads, yeah, I think it's like, I mean, it's probably better to have the impact shorts, but I've seen people like really kit it out with like the all the different like yeah turtle pads. I think I'm gonna guess it does work. So I think it's okay. Hello there says, isn't the snow really bleep right now? It's a little bit icy here in New Zealand. They haven't had much snow, but there is some in the forecast. There's some snow on the way. I think it's supposed to actually start snowing tonight. Tristan says, moving to Madrid, Spain in October. Where should I board from Madrid, Spain? I mean, yeah, you've got some options not too far away. So I think a short flight to like Innsbruck or Geneva, from Innsbruck or Geneva, you can definitely from there get a rental car or a train to the mountains. So I'm not exactly sure where's the best spot for you, but yeah, there's like hundreds of resorts in Australia and Switzerland there. Stargazer, what's your favorite snowboard trick? Favorite trick? Yeah, probably the trick that's like a favorite of mine that I do quite a bit. It's a trick you can do anywhere, even without like outside the park. It's just a backside 180. I think the backside 180s are fun, and you can kind of like add some style to them and like delay them and kind of do them slowly. So yeah, backside 180s, I think. Bad Rider says, I've heard some issues with the X5 battery life. They have gone the way of the GoPro with cold weather performance. I haven't had any issues with the battery life on the X5. Haven't had any, I don't think. So far, no issues. I mean, my issue with Insta360 is it just takes so long to kind of like after filming and when you're editing to like track the person. That part is just like a long extra step in the editing process. So that's why it's not exactly my favorite way to film. Yellow Mamba says, what's your favorite snowboard for freeride, powder, and trees? I've got a few. The board, so this board here, the Orca, Libtech Orca is definitely one of my favorites. I would say also the K2 Excavator is a really fun one. What else? I would say like those two at the moment. There's a few others out there, but yeah, K2 Excavator and the Libtech Orca, a couple of really fun ones for, yeah, powder, trees, free ride, all that stuff. Bad Riders, we should talk about some tips and tricks to edit with the Insta360. Oh man, it's like I don't know if I have any like exactly tips or tricks with the Insta360 other than yeah, just I do find it easier and faster to manually track the person. So yeah, if you guys have ever used the Insta360, it like films and like it films everything, and then afterwards in the kind of the software is then you tell the camera where to point, and you kind of click a button and it remembers to like keep the camera pointed in that direction. And so if you want it to be pointed at you the whole time and you have a 10-minute clip, that means you have to go through the whole 10 minutes and keep telling it where to look, which is annoying. But I do find, and there is like a way that you can just like select the person and then it'll like track you through the whole 10 minutes. But then you got to kind of sit there and wait for it to do that. So I do find it easier to manually just like, fast forward, click, and keep telling the camera where to go all through the 10 minutes. And you can kind of like zoom through that process in like a minute or two. But yeah, it's not the easiest thing to edit with. Yeah, I mean, that's my big editing tip with the 360. Aaron says, I still go back to the butter pretzel and bagel video with you and TJ made. Oh, wow. That's a throwback video, butter pretzel and bagel video. Dang, yeah, that must be like 2017. Uh, Good video. I remember making that with TJ. I think that was when TJ came out for one of his first trips to, maybe it was TJ's first trip to Whistler in the winter. And we made that video. So maybe 2016. That was, yeah, what a day. I still remember it. Thanks for checking out that video. All right, just going to skip ahead to the super chat. Yellow Mamba with the $10 super chat. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks for your advice about your favorite free riding boards. Amazing. Yeah, appreciate it, Yellow Mamba. Yeah, there's some good ones out there, but yeah, for me, it's just like the Orca. So the way that the Orca feels is it does float super well, but because it has the C2X camber profile, which is like camber between your feet and, sorry, camber under your feet and then rocker in between and then towards the tips, it gives you that very like loose and catch free feeling, which is awesome for free riding. And it also has the magnet traction. So that magnet traction works really well for grip and like riding icy conditions. It just like kind of helps you to hold your carving edge that much better. And then yeah, it floats super well. And it's also very fun to ollie. So I've even had some park days with the Orca and it's really fun. And then with the K2 Excavator, it's a bit different because it's more camber dominant and a little bit stiffer. So I would say that board, the K2 Excavator, is more for like steeper riding. So like on steeper lines, I think like a stiffer, more camber dominant board helps. And then also it's still very good for, it floats super well. And then it also still has a lot of energy for ollies and stuff too. So yeah, either of those two boards, super fun. I would say the Orca is a little bit more friendly to like all levels, where the Excavator is a bit more of an advanced board. All right. Yeah, appreciate the super chat. That's awesome, man. Thanks for the support. Let's answer a few more of these questions. Have you seen the new phase binding? I have not seen it. I have not. And Bad Riders, I've been looking at the Burton Genesis, but I'd like to step out of the Burton Shadow and try something different. I'm slowly coming around to Union. Adam, if you want to try something different, you got to try the clues, man. Get that hybrid. You got the straps, and you can step in and out. And honestly, so I've been trying the new one that's coming out this fall, and everything has been improved. So every like part of the binding is like even better. So that's a really cool feeling. Like the step in, step out is like so effortless. So yeah, that's to come. Tristan says, thank you, bro. Awesome, Tristan. Harlan, what are you riding these days? That's an Orca? Yes, I got the Orca back there, and my freestyle board is the Burton Custom. Burton Custom's pretty fun too. Like, got that good, like, it's a little bit stiffer, lots of camber, which makes it fun for like ollies and for control. And it's the 158 wide. So I've been liking the wide boards recently too. So yeah, I really like the Burton Custom. Aaron says, you're right, I believe. Justin says, I love the top 5 year-end recap videos. Awesome, man. Yeah, those yeah, the recap videos are fun. Aaron also says, are you still vegan? I am. I was thinking about making a video, not a video, making a smoothie during the live chat, but I don't think we're gonna have time. But yeah, still vegan. Got lots of lots of smoothies and things like that. So I'm not like the strictest though. So if I'm like on a road trip and I have to stop at a gas station to eat something, then I kind of like I'm flexible. But yeah, mostly like 99% vegan. Craig says hi. Miguel, big fan. Big fan, brother. Queenstown is awesome. Have fun. Awesome. Thanks, Miguel. Yeah, looking forward to riding more out here. Kevin in New Zealand, is my boy coming to Oz or what? Hey, it's Luke Hayes in the chat. What's up, Luke? Possibly. Possibly. We'll see. Luke, if you want to come hang out in New Zealand too, man, let me know. It would be cool to ride with you over here. Maybe I'll drop you an Instagram message. Nick says, what is going on? Aaron, that's awesome. Me too. 5 years. Oh, no way, Aaron. Very cool. Harlan, what's the go-to smoothie? So my go-to smoothie is, so first I put in dates, and then I got turmeric and ginger. So I blend that up first. I'll maybe put in some like plant-based like protein powder or something. And then I'll add in spinach, blueberries, and bananas. So I think that's everything. Yeah, those 7 ingredients. I'll post a smoothie to my Instagram right after this. So if you guys want to follow me over on Instagram, I'll post the smoothie that I'm going to make. All right, so we're just over the hour mark, but yeah, just wanted to say thanks everyone for hopping in for the live chat. Again, if you guys haven't yet, subscribe here to Snowboard Pro Camp and hit the notification bell to be notified every time I go live. I promise I'm gonna do more of these live chats. I hate that I take so much time off, and it is super fun to talk to you guys and like see what everybody's up to. And yeah, just appreciate all of you guys, all your support, all these likes, everyone that's done the super chat. Thank you guys. And yeah, hope you guys are having fun out there snowboarding or getting ready for the upcoming season. And then also, if you want to support the channel, check out the SPC beanies. I got about 100 of these, link below in the description. And what else? Yeah, that's about it. Awesome. Thank you guys. Hope you're having a great time out there, and I'll catch you in the next one soon. Later.